Mini episode 1065 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Welcome to FDH Lounge mini episode 1065. I'm FDH managing partner Rick Morris here with our Week 12 preview for the 2018 NFL season. Coming into last week, we were on pace for our third season above 52.4% for all picks, and instead of continuing to make a run at that historic mark, we instead had a historic flop, falling from profitable to all the way below 500 in 1 week. We did lose 2 games by half a point, 1 by a point, and had 2 pushes, so we were about a cumulative touchdown across 5 games from a respectable week, but beyond that, there's no polishing this turd. We went 1, 10, and 2, bringing us to 74, 76, and 8 on the season. We went 0-3 on the Big Three and 0-1 on the lock, making us 18 and 15 and 6 and 5 on those respectively. This week's got to go better, one would think anyway. Coming off of their epic Monday night game, the Rams and Chiefs are on a well-deserved bye. Opening the Thanksgiving slate, it's an old classic Thanksgiving battle with high stakes this time between the Bears and Lions at Ford Field. The home team's getting a field goal. Chicago's coming in off a hugely emotional win on a short week without Mitch Trubisky, and Detroit sometimes rises up in these Turkey Day games, so we'll be on the home dog. Will Clint Longley be performing the ceremonial coin flip for this one? It's the unlikely frontrunners in the NFC East, the Redskins, at Dallas, with the Cowboys laying a touchdown down from 9. Even the back door should be closed, considering that DC is making a QB change on a short week. A Thanksgiving Day filled with divisional rivalries climaxes with 2 teams heading in opposite directions. It's the Falcons coming to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, getting 11.5 down from 2 touchdowns. The Saints have been on such a roll that this line is asking way too much on a short week against a desperate team with an explosive offense like Atlanta. Year in and year out, these 2 teams consistently provide one of the most unattractive matchups on the league schedule. Jacksonville's at Buffalo, laying a field goal. Both of these teams have been horrible and yet unpredictable, but the fundamentals should prevail here in terms of the Jags defense shutting down the awful Bill offense. The Raiders were horrid in East Coast games long before John Gruden made them bad overall. This week they come to Baltimore getting 12. Sooner or later teams will adjust to Lamar Jackson, but not this team in this spot as Oaktown gets massacred. When you think of games that make TV networks pay through the nose for broadcast rights, this ain't one of them. It's San Fran at Tampa, with the home side laying a field goal. There are too many confusing points, some for, but mostly against both teams. Just take the home side against the one traveling across the country. This next game is one of 2 annual reminders about what would have been different had Bill Belichick not scribbled, "I resign as HC of the NYJ" at the turn of the millennium. The Pats come to the Meadowlands, laying 11.5 up from 9.5. Like Buffalo and Jacksonville, the Jets have been both bad and still unpredictable, so rather than forecast the ass-beating that they should get here, we'll look for Sam Darnold to rise up and get them through the back door. If the Chargers can't use this for a bounce-back game, then they'll never be past their underachieving days. The Cardinals come into the junior college soccer stadium getting 13.5 up from 13. There's no statistical basis whatsoever for picking Arizona to hang within the number, so we won't. Here's a spread that you wouldn't have expected back in September. Miami comes to Lucas Oil, getting 9 from the Colts, down from 10.5. Indy's third down efficiency will keep the back door firmly sealed on this one. Denver barely stayed alive in the AFC wildcard race last week. It doesn't get any easier this week. The Steelers come in laying a field goal, down from 3.5. While the Broncos have an excellent defense, there are some chinks in the armor in terms of stopping the run and third down stops, so take Pittsburgh. Whoever wins this game wins the season series between them. On Sunday night, the Pack comes to the Twin Cities, getting 3 up from 4.5. In a desperation spot, will be on Green Bay. Whoever wins this game wins the entire heritage of the Houston Oilers. No, not really, but it should be that way. It's the Titans coming to the Gulf Coast getting a touchdown. Tennessee's been fairly unpredictable this year, so look for them to sneak out a cover here. Now for the big three. It's Russell versus Cam in what may be a steel death match for one of the two remaining playoff spots. The Panthers are laying the cliche field goal in Charlotte. This feels like the end of Carolina's recent swoon. The Battle of Ohio was fueled by a great coach fired by Cleveland heading south. No, not Hugh Jackson. It was Paul Brown. The Bengals are laying the cliche home field goal this week. Extra motivation for the Browns plus improved coaching leads to an outright win on the road. Here's the 1,000-star gold-plated lock of the millennium for NFL Week 12. Just how doomed are the Eagles? This game will tell a lot as the Giants come in getting a touchdown. Philly's burned us a few times, but we'll keep coming back for more as they'll prove us right eventually and hopefully here. Thank you for joining us for this mini episode of the FDH Lounge.
As we bring the show to a close, we would like to extend our deepest gratitude to NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, all Clear Channel affiliates, TNT, TBS, USA, UPN, Deadspin.com, YouTube.com, YTMND.com, MySpace.com, various blogs, Fox News, CNN, CNBC, MSNBC, IamBoard.com, Billboard.com, Google.com, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN News, ESPN Classic, NBA TV, NFL Network, Sports Time Ohio, Athlon Magazine, Comedy Central, Cartoon Network, The Boomerang Channel, QVC, BET, The Spice Channel, Steno Notebooks, Manwich, Papermate Office Supplies, waitresses, strippers, bartenders, garbage men, janitors, microwave popcorn, the writers of The Office, Scrubs, Entourage, My Name is Earl, Oz, Metalocalypse and the Boondocks, Aquafina, and the Periodic Table of Elements.